Alright. Just had to get a drink real quick, because I had a teeny tiny bit of acid reflux and it was tearing up my throat. Shit, I didn't remember that the art room was so high up. The art teacher asked me to go up for some canvases and also brushes. And obviously I couldn't say no, taking into account that I couldn't say a single word. But whatever, let's get this over with once and for all. I finally arrive at the art classroom. Now I just have to find the things and get out of here. And if possible, as fast as I can. It's on this floor where there are usually people who haven't necessarily treated me well. I almost always avoid having to come up to this floor, let alone enter any place. Anyway, I'd better start looking for what the teacher asked me for right away. After about 5 minutes, I finally find what I need. I put the canvases under my arm and the brushes in my hand. It's time to head back. I look both ways to make sure there's no one walking toward me. And it seems there isn't. Good. I start to slowly leave the classroom. Come on, I need to hurry up. Where are you going? Said somebody. Oh no! Turn around and see 3 guys in front of me. They seem to be a bit older than me. This situation is making me very anxious. Hey, what are you doing here? You seem too young to be here. Haha, you're looking but not seeing. Looks like some teacher sent him here for some stuff. For your bad luck, kid, we can't stand a loser like you wandering these halls like you own the place. What's wrong with these guys? I don't want any trouble. Speak clearly, don't stutter like an idiot. Can you lend me that for a bit? Before I could react, the guy takes the brushes and canvases from me. Thanks. Hey! I try to get closer to recover what he took. Ew. I need the... Before I could react, one of the guys punches me hard in the stomach. I can only let out a whimper of pain and stay almost breathless. I drop to my knees while holding my abdomen. The pain is very intense. Who said you could even get close? Know your place, little shit. I can't even look them in the eye. I just keep my head down, looking at the floor. The guy who took the stuff drops everything on the floor. You look like a bunch of crap for crafts. Aren't you a bit old for this kind of stuff, kid? Or do you just like making stupid little drawings? I try to get up, but as I try, one of the guys puts his foot on my head and makes me fall again. Stay there, last warning. I can feel my nose getting hurt after being thrown to the ground. I just want this to be over once and for all. The guy takes his foot off my head. Nothing worth it, guys. Just leave it. Let's get out of here before someone sees us. Whatever. Yeah, I wanted to have a bit more fun. I don't want to see you around here again. Got it, idiot? Statement not a question. You've been warned. I can't stand mommy's kids like you. After what felt like an eternity, those guys finally leave. When I see they're far enough away, I get up with the strength I have left. I wipe my hand across my nose and notice it's stained with blood. Shit. I cough a bit due to the hit I took on the stomach. I try to clean my uniform a bit. I try not to cry because of the pain and feeling powerless for not having been able to do anything. I pull out a bit of paper that I always carry in my pocket and clean my nose. I place a bit of paper in the nostril where the blood is coming from. Maybe it's not very effective, but it's all I can do for now. Carefully, I crouch down to pick up everything that guy threw. Now I'm filled with the fear that at any moment that guy and his friends will come back and do something worse to me. I pick everything up as fast as I can and stand up again. Wait, how am I supposed to get back without them noticing what happened? I grab my abdomen again. And on top of that, the pain from the hit still isn't going away. Why do these things happen to me? What am I doing wrong? I don't deserve this treatment. Or do I? Whatever. I hold back my tears and start walking back to the school. I go down as fast as I can from that floor. They're probably wondering why I'm taking so long. But why should they care about me for that? There are better jokes than that. Why would they care about a loser like me? I can't even make them respect me. As I go down the stairs, I can feel how my abdomen keeps hurting. I hope it's nothing serious. I better get back quickly. I finally arrive at the school. Before entering, I take out the paper I had in my nose and throw it in a nearby trash can. Okay. I'll just try to fake it as best as I can to avoid raising suspicion. Clubroom, 3:10 p.m. As almost always, I'm the last to arrive at the clubroom. Though this time I took a little longer than usual since I wanted to make sure I wouldn't run into those guys again. When I came back with what the teacher asked for, I pretended nothing had happened. but I can see out of the corner of my eye that both Monica and Kozue looked worried. Still, they preferred not to ask anything, not even during break. I guess they didn't want to pressure me or something. And it's most likely that Monica will talk to me about what happened when the club hour is over. If only Hyshin had been here at that moment. He usually defended me from those things, but this time wasn't the case. I mean, it's not the first time I've been beaten for fun, but it feels like weird that Hyshin came back and didn't defend me. Though I don't blame him either. I feel like I'm getting really tangled up with this whole thing. The pain went away during the break, but when I touched the area where I was hit, the pain comes back. I hope it's not a bruise. I mean, it's not the first time I've had bruises on my body, but it still worries me a lot. Right now, the girls are doing their things. Sayori's eating cookies, Natsuki is at the closet, as always. Yuri's reading something, and Monica is on her laptop. I, on the other hand, am not doing anything. I just wait for the moment when Monica calls us to share our poems. If it weren't for Monica calling me about that on Sunday, I probably would have forgotten. I must say that doing this makes me a bit anxious, especially because I feel like my poem isn't good at all, although I did my best. The intention is what counts after all, right? Sigh. Ugh, I shouldn't have done that. It gave me a jab in the abdomen.
Okay, everyone. I think we can start right away with the poems. Do we really have to do it now? You've already said yes, Natsuki. There's no turning back. Fine. I wrote more than one poem just in case. Is that okay? One is enough and more, Yuri. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I can't wait to see how everyone expresses themselves. That's a spirit.
One by one, the girls start to go for their poems. I pull out mine, which I have kept on a well-protected piece of paper. I don't like to have things in bad condition, especially when I'm going to present it to the girls. Yuri and Natsuki are the first to share their poems with each other, leaving me with Sayori or Monica. I think I'll choose Sayori. I want to leave my poem for Monica for last. Actually, I have a special poem just for her. Just a detail I wanted to give her, that's all.
Hi, Hallie. Ready to share poems?
I would say yes.
Oh, I'm nervous too. This is also new for me after all.
Yeah, I understand.
Anyway, do you want me to show you my poem first?
Sure.
Here, I did my best.
It's Dear Sunshine. It's not even any different as far as I can tell.
So, how was it?
Sayori, I have a question. Did you write this poem today in the morning?
Huh? What makes you think that?
I wasn't saying it as a complaint. I'm just curious, that's all.
Oh, if I'm honest, I probably forgot to do it over the weekend.
How do you respond with a probably to a yes or no question? The logic of Sayori, I guess. Well, I asked since the last line seems a bit curious to me, haha.
I ate toast with jam! Besides, breakfast is the most important meal of the day! And under no circumstances should it be skipped!
I guess she has a point. Well, putting that aside, I liked the poem. I can notice you like bittersweet things.
I'm glad you noticed! I wanted to play a bit with metaphors while writing the poem.
I'm a bit surprised that Sayori wrote this in such a short time. If she sets her mind to it, I think she could bring something even better than this. It shows.
Well, I think it's time for me to see your poem now.
Oh, sure. Although I warn you that I'm not good at doing these things. I haven't even handed in the poem and I'm already getting very anxious. Here it is. Golden Fabric, Ode to Friendship. In the fabric of life, friendship is a golden thread that unites hearts in an eternal dance. Like the light that filters through the leaves, it nourishes the soul with its warm embrace. In the garden of the soul, friendship is an oasis, where thirsty hearts find rest. Between the waves of time, like a firm rock, the bond of affection stands unbreakable. Sayori makes an impressed face while reading my poem. Or is it that she struggles to read my poem? Excuse me if my poem doesn't make sense. I know my handwriting is terrible.
I didn't think that at all. I was just a bit surprised by the poem, that's all.
I see.
Although I have to ask, is this really the first poem you've written?
Well, yeah. Why?
It's just that it's really good!
Huh? Really?
Very really. I didn't know you had this side that is so poetic, if I may say so.
Thanks.
Well, thus I can see that you really appreciate the friendships you make and have made, right?
Well, I hope that wasn't too cheesy. I was just trying to give a simple but sincere message. I think I'm many things, but not someone cute. But still, thank you.
Never do the things that people who care about you tell you. A friend is telling you this.
Seriously, thank you.
You too. To wrap it up, I really liked your poem, seriously. You have a lot of talent.
It's hard not to feel embarrassed and flattered at the same time by Sayori's words. I just lower my head and make a gesture of thanks with it. The next person I'll show my poem to is Yuri. I think, being the most experienced in these matters, she might find mistakes in my poem. And while that wouldn't be a problem, it would mean that maybe Sayori was just being nice. But it's not the time to overthink.
Good afternoon, Hallie. How are you today?
I'm fine, Yuri. Thanks for asking. And you?
I'm excellent.
I'm glad. Well, I think it's time to, share the poems and stuff.
I understand that you might be nervous about sharing something related to your thoughts and feelings. Believe me, I'm a bit nervous too. But I think it's worth making a little effort. After all, we chose to be a part of this, right?
Sometimes I'm surprised by how refined Yuri tends to be when speaking. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, obviously, but I don't know. I can never speak that well in my life, and especially without almost stumbling. Anyway, I won't dwell on that matter. You have a point.
Well, do you want me to show you my poem first? Or would you prefer to show me yours first?
The poem, you dirty? What? You're first, if it's not too much trouble.
Of course not. Here.
Does it go under the light? Yeah.
Tell me, what did you think?
This poem is even more symbolic than Sayori's. I find it a bit hard to find the message. If only I could grasp the message as easily as I did with Sayori's poem. It's not for nothing that I said Yuri had more experience in these matters.
So sorry if you don't understand my handwriting very well. I really like to write in cursive.
I don't mean that. Rather, I think your handwriting is very pretty.
Hey, you're so sweet.
I try to hide my blush with a sheet of paper.
Well, aside from that, did you manage to catch the message of my poem?
Does it help if I say I tried?
Don't worry. I don't blame you if you didn't fully understand it. To be honest, I even have trouble understanding what I write at times.
How is something like that possible?
This poem is basically about the symbolic comparison of the poem's protagonist with a ghost. Someone who was unable to leave behind a place where they once felt comfortable and safe. And because of that, one day they'll be left with nothing and no one.
I must say that with that background, the poem becomes somewhat dark. Not in the bad sense, of course.
You should know that generally, in a work, there's much more hidden than just a simple story or an image. Remember that poets and writers can often express their emotions and thoughts through their work. And I guess you already have this in mind, but it's just a matter of time before you fully master this kind of thing.
I am surprised and flattered by Yuri's words. She handles poetry or reading very well. One or the other, not both. I must say that you impress me, Yuri.
It's not that big of a deal, but thanks. Well, it's time for me to see your poem now.
Oh, of course. Take. With nerves and my hands almost shaking, I give the poem to Yuri.
Oh my. Ali, is this the first poem you made?
Yes. Did Yuri also find it impressive? I didn't expect that reaction at all. With Sayori, I understood that why she gets surprised by many things. But for Yuri to be impressed gives me the signal that I'm doing something right.
I must say, I didn't expect such a well-structured poem. For it to be your first time, it's not bad at all.
Wow, thanks, Yuri.
Even though the message was so easy for me to decipher, that doesn't take away from it being a good poem. Well done.
Yuri's words make my lips turn into a slight smile. Thanks. I cover my arm to cough. But by doing this, my abdomen starts to hurt. I make a small grimace of pain and carefully hold my abdomen.
Hey, are you okay? Does something hurt?
Huh? Oh, don't worry. It's just a little stomach ache, that's all.
Oh, okay, so it's nothing serious. But if you need anything, just let us know, okay?
Sure, Yuri, I'll keep that in mind. And thanks.
It's nothing.
The next is Natsuki. I must say that sharing my poem with her makes me more anxious than with the others. She's quite critical when it comes to literature. And from what I see, she seems a bit irritated. When she gets like this, she tends to be a bit explosive, and well, I don't really like that attitude. I swallow a bit of saliva. Come on, I can do this.
So, are you ready to share?
Huh? She didn't even bother to say hi. Good afternoon to you too, I guess.
Let's make this quick, okay? It's not like I enjoy doing this kind of stuff.
Look, why are you in such a bad mood today, Natsuki? If it can be known, of course.
I'm just not in the mood today. And I would prefer that you don't ask too many questions or I will get worse.
Fine.
Anyway, just take my poem. Either way, you're probably not going to like it.
Eagles can't fly. After reading the poem, I'm somewhat stunned. This poem is the simplest I've read so far. Of course, that doesn't mean it's bad. But I would like to know the motivation for doing it this way.
Yeah, I told you that you wouldn't like it. I can tell by the expression on your face.
No, that's not it at all. I was just surprised that it's so short, that's all.
It's the first time I do this, so don't judge me.
No, not at all. It's also my first time writing a poem and sharing it, so...
Okay, I understand.